So that leaves us with the Titans, also at 9.5 wins. They're over under. I mean, the Titans. You know me, huge Titans fan growing up. Back when they were even the Houston Oilers. They went to the conference championship game a couple years ago, lost in the division game. Was it to the Ravens last year? No, but they've had a putrid defense the last couple of years, and they're still kind of getting into the playoffs with ease. Big splash in getting Bud Dupree, but he's coming off an injury. Other than that, kind of free agency was pretty quiet. Mostly some fringe players. I like Kevin Johnson, corner from the Browns, I believe. Janoris Jenkins as well. Josh Reynolds. We'll see if he kind of steps up to replace Corey Davis as that number 2. Love their draft, although a lot of risky picks. I actually do like their draft pretty much because they just loaded up on defense. I mean, that defense has to get better. Vrabel has to find a way to at least become like middle of the pack with some type of pass rush, right? I would have really liked another weapon for Tannehill, but like I said, they took some risks in getting Caleb Farley, Rashad Weaver, who's already kind of gotten some trouble out of Pittsburgh. They got the left tackle Radunz from, was it North Dakota State?
Yep.
It's kind of come from a small conference in college. I don't know. Their schedule as well is kind of a little scary to me. But they play the Jags, they play the Texans. They pretty much always split with the Colts. They play a lot of the same teams, the Cardinals, the Seahawks. But they also got the Steelers, the Patriots. They also have the Jets, same as in division. But to me, as long, and I guess maybe there's a little bit of a fandom, but as long as Derrick Henry and AJ Brown are healthy, that's an easy 10 wins for this team. I can't see them taking that much of a step back. They have most of the same coaching staff. The team has stayed together. And if Bud Dupree can come in and make an impact on defense, more of an impact than like Jadeveon Clowney did, because he pretty much didn't do anything in his time in Tennessee. It's kind of, we talked about it in another video where it's kind of like addition through subtraction, getting rid of like Malcolm Brown and some of the other players I forgot, but
Desmond King, Adoree Jackson,
yeah, who's kind of a master at muffing punts. So I'm going to take the over, and they are actually my team that takes the division. But what do you think about Titans offseason thus far? You said they think they get a little worse. Tell me why.
So again, it's funny. I do think that the team itself actually like could get worse, but they did have, so even in my draft grades, they had the best draft out of this division, I think. There was a couple picks that were, like we said, kind of dicey, I guess. Caleb Farley being their number 1 pick, even though obviously he's supremely talented. He's had 2 back surgeries. There's been talk among league officials or league executives that they think that he might actually need another back surgery. So that's really scary for that being your first pick. I think they drafted at 22. Dylan Radunz was fine. I don't know. I mean, he's more of like a more slight, like kind of lankier tackle. I don't know if he fits great on that line. Monty Rice, I think, is a smart guy. He seems like he's really got a great head on his shoulders. He's a good leader, but he's not really great in open space. And if you throw if quarterbacks are going to target someone near him, I think I read somewhere that last year he was targeted, or his guy was targeted 23 times. He allowed 22 receptions. So he's really not great in coverage like that. He's missing. He doesn't really have much burst, but he's smart. and I think you could figure it out. Elijah Molden was great. Des Fitzpatrick, I think, was a steal in the 4th round. But Rashad Weaver has that off the field issues. He's already had something come up, I think, since the draft, right? That assault charge. Wasn't he involved too with some like credit card scheme or credit card fraud scheme or something? He was, I don't know. Cop said he was the ringleader. I really, there's not, I like most of the draft. Like you said, I love that they focus mainly on defense because that's going to be their issue. As long as you have Derrick Henry, that's going to do most of the work for you on offense because you can throw everything off of that running game. Guys are going to stack the box against you, and then you have burners on each side that are going to be wide open. So I would probably agree with you. I think there's some uncertainty regarding mainly just Farley. That kind of scares me, but Farley and Weaver. But other than that, I mean, I did like their draft. I guess if I had to choose a team to take the division, I'd probably go Colts because I don't know what to expect out of Josh Reynolds. With these rookie corners, which it seems like they're going to be playing mainly rookie corners, you really don't know what to expect, especially with injury concerns with Farley. I worry that it could be some of the same, so I would probably pick Colts to win the division. But I don't know. Gun to my head, I guess I have to go over for the Titans as well.